What's up, everybody? We got something special for you this week. Trash all that. Rowdy and the Piff. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Developing some type of weather weapon.
You're almost like sexual asphyxia, like...
Rowdy and the Piff.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rowdy and the Piff. This is Rowdy, also known as the Goose. With me today as Schmalways, the Goat, also known as the Piff.
Yes. What is up? What is up?
What's up? So how's it hanging, fam?
It is hanging. I'm learning how to hang 10, if you know what I'm saying. I'm riding the waves. I am just learning that life, you just roll with it. So what can I say?
You're riding the waves. You drop down, and then drop in. You ever seen that video?
Yes.
That fucking surfer dude?
Yes. No.
I love that video.
Dude, that video is so good. Speaking of videos, I just got done watching the Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. The video game that's coming out spring 2018, and I can't tell you how fucking excited I am, even though I just told you how fucking excited I am. The trailer's dope, dude.
Video games?
Dude,
video games? Wow, you're a nerd.
I love some Rockstar Productions. I love the Red Dead Redemption 2. What can I say? I lock all the kids away and I play for 24 hours. I mean, the game's fucking sick, dude. They go from the swamp to the Arctic. It looks like you're hunting again. There's locomotives. It looks like there's probably gonna be some bank robberies, some Gatling guns. Dude, the first one was amazing. Did you play Red Dead Redemption, the first one on the 360?
No, I didn't, but my brother played it. A lot of people played it. It's really big name game, but it's what is it? It's like GTA, but the Wild West type shit, or what?
It's like GTA, but you're in the Wild West. And I mean, you could play poker. You could hunt for fur. I mean, at one point in the game, I went up on a mountain. There was a dude up there. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm building an airplane. And this is before airplanes existed. So I was like, whoa, this guy's on, he's on top of things. He's ahead of his time. So he's like, yeah, I got to build this airplane. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, but in order for me to build it, I need you to go collect this fur and this tool and this thing. And so you go on this quest and you grab all the shit he needs. And you keep coming back and giving him everything he needs. And there's a video for every time you come back. And he's like, oh, I've just got to put this together. Oh, one more thing. So you go and you collect all the shit. You come back to him. He finally gets the plane built. And then you're standing there and you're waiting for this grand, because he's on top of a cliff and he's building this airplane. So you're waiting for the grand, event, the show, for him to fly. So he has the plane together. You're watching the video. He jumps off the cliff and then fucking crashes to his death.
Wow.
He fucking falls off the cliff. The plane falls apart. So it's there's just little things like that in the game that it's just so good. You just never know what you're going to get into.
Yeah, that guy was trying to be ahead of his time, but I want to be going back in time.
Oh, yeah?
I want to cop the Super Nintendo. Here's the deal, though. Guess what? Everyone online is like, oh, the Super Nintendo's available. I want to pick one of those up because my childhood. And then it's like, you try and go on GameStop, and you're like, oh, let me put that in the cart. You try and purchase it, and it's like, oh, sorry, out of stock. Everybody wants that shit. It's popping off. But this is my question. How does it even work? Because back in the day, when that shit plugged into your TV, TVs are way different now. They have some sort of fucking converters and shit. It better come with that, because I don't know where to find that shit.
Oh, yeah, dude, they're way different. They fucking listen to you now.
What?
Worm.
What are you talking about?
So what's going on in your life? What's going on in your life? Anything new?
No, dude, the winter's about to come, so I'm Jon Snowing it up.
Come?
Yeah.
Gross, bro. It's fucking sick.
Well, it snows and it's white
high
all
five,
over.
Dude, high five, though. Yeah, high five on that, dude. That's fucking sick that you said that. Oh, wow.
Dude, Jon Snow,
Wow.
dude. I'm fucking Jon Snow.
I'm Jon Snow.
The fox is still around.
your wife, who's my sister. Did you see? We're gonna have to put that on the visuals for the YouTube video so everybody can see the goddamn dragon she saw in the sky, the fucking aurora borealis, the northern lights,
Dude.
the solar flares popping off, and it looked like a fucking dragon. It looked like Drogon, and she's Daenerys Targaryen. She's gonna fucking, she's the mother of dragons with that picture. With that picture, she's the mother of dragons.
If it flies through and picks her up, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. All I know is that That's some scary shit. Yo, it's popping off up here. It was like 6 o'clock in the evening, and it's already fucking dark at 6 o'clock here. I'm in Alaska, the last frontier, and the northern lights were popping. She went out and took some pictures, man, and it was fucking crazy. Them solar storms, like, and I see it popping like that, and the activity is so intense, and I mean the color, the sky is like, you know, neon green and purple, and we'll throw it fucking in a video. When it's that intense, you know, the only thing I ever think about, you know, it's beautiful, obviously, and I don't whistle at it because you're not supposed to do that. But I think about, like, dude, what the fuck, dude? These are getting more intense, and the sun's gonna destroy us.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
It's just gonna destroy us.
You don't whistle at it. What you do is, if you're Japanese, you go to the hot springs, Chino hot springs, and you go into the hot springs and you bang. That's what they do.
Yeah.
All those Japanese people that come in to Alaska during the wintertime, they're all going to the Chino hot springs to get in those hot waters, get their mojo rising, and once the freaking aurora comes out, just goosh goosh douche 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 douche, because it's good luck apparently.
The water's just gushing, goosh 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 goosh.
You ever wonder why that water is just white as shit?
Dude, sometimes I go there and I think about that. I'm not gonna lie. They fucking fuck all winter long.
They do. That's literally why they come to Alaska.
Come, goo.
Oh, we said it again.
Dude, the FCC won't let me be, so let me be me, so let me see. Dude,
wow,
I'm gonna
copyright.
say all kinds of things, dude. Come.
That's crazy.
Dude, speaking of was the FCC, the RIAA, the fucking recording institutes. Dude, let me break into some shit. I'm gonna play something right now, and I'm taking this to another dimension. Listen, I want you to tell me what you think about when you hear this.
Okay.
Mr. Steven Seagal fly down to Jamaica and say one of the baddest gal. So them send for Lady Stark, I don't know me raw. You see me? So girl, what you really want tonight? Me want the body if it make me feel nice. Why? Tell me what you really want all night. Me want the Poonani if it make me nice. Me want the body if
I want to die already.
I mean, do it nice. So
All right, let it breathe. Let it breathe.
When the girls start to strut, you could look at their butt. You shouldn't do that. Because it's just pity, not just
Dude.
Wait, what?
when me and sing it up,
Okay. So
Is that
what if I
Steven
told
Seagal?
you? What if I told you that was a track Steven Seagal dropped a little while back?
Cultural appropriation. Wow.
And the reason I brought that up, okay, so in the song he's like, yo, me want, so, dude, the dude drops into the song. The chorus is like, you know, me want the Poonani, yeah.
Of course.
That would be fat.
Yeah,
P-H-A-T. And then he goes into the verse and he's like, look, the girl doesn't dress for you to get the Poonani, she dresses because it's pretty. But then he jumps into the chorus and it's like, just want the Poonani.
So he's like a feminist for a second, and then he's like,
Dude.
nope, I want the Poonani though.
Listen, dude.
That's everybody though.
I mean, the song's fucking crazy, okay? And he's got other songs that sound like they should be being played in Urban Outfitters. They're just like fucking Crystal Cave, I think, is the album, one of his albums. And it just sounds, just beautiful Steven Seagal sounds. But the reason I played that was because, okay, kids, if you don't know who Steven Seagal is, there's movies called Under Siege 2, Hard to Kill. I mean, they're fucking classics. The guy was an action hero, you know, movie star in the 90s, big, and he still did movies in like the early 2000s. If you haven't seen one of his fucking movies, I don't know what to tell you. But he was in the news recently because he was a U.S. citizen for however long he was, you know, here. I don't fucking know. And then he decided he was going to live in Russia. So he went over to Russia. He met with Putin. And then they signed this paperwork, and now he's a Russian citizen. But he was trending on Twitter this week because, you know, he got on, I don't know, Good Morning Britain, Good Morning Great Britain, some fucking Piers Morgan hosted show where there's like Good Morning America, but it's Good Morning Britain, and he was a guest. I don't know how they're like, yeah, well, let's get Steven Seagal on this morning. Let's see what he has to say. But you know, he had what he had to say about the kneeling and the protests in the U.S., and he's like, he's a fucking Russian citizen, but he said what he had to say on it, and so it was trending this week. And so, dude, I don't know if people know that much about Steven Seagal, and except for that, he's this action star, and he's kind of like, good at martial arts and stuff like that. But the dude's fucking life is absolutely nuts. And I mean, that song was just a fraction of what I have with Steven Seagal.
What else you got? Because I mean, I really don't know much about Steven Seagal. Obviously, I've seen a lot of his movies growing up as a kid, cutting people's throats with credit card knives and a bunch of weird stuff like that. Always seems super unrealistic because he just looks like the most uncoordinated, like, guy ever. Just looks like he could just break his hip at any second, even when he was young somehow. But he was somehow a badass. But I have heard a lot of weird stuff that he does live a weird life, but nothing really comes to mind besides him like becoming a cop somewhere or something like that, and a Russian citizen.
It was important for me to bring it to our listeners' attention because I feel like this is a moment that we can learn some things about somebody and who they really are, and call it a biography session. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But look, okay, Steven Seagal. Okay, first of all, this is why it touches, like it hits home with me, because growing up, I had a stepdad, and he idolized Steven Seagal. I mean, he tried to walk like him. If he could grow a fucking ponytail, he would have. The type of outfits that he decided to wear when he took us to Walmart were very embarrassing, very Steven Seagal-like. I mean, Steven Seagal has a kimono that's bulletproof, if you didn't know. So the guy's on another level. He's on other levels. So my stepdad idolized him when I was growing up. And it was always really fucking weird to me because he would tell us stories like, oh, I went over to Japan and I met Steven Seagal and we sparred. And then I shook his hand, and he was just such a great person. And I said, oh, okay. And then he would always tell us things like, oh, I had a college scholarship to here to play baseball, but it wasn't true. And so there were all these crazy, really lies about things that he never even came close to doing. So it was always weird. And I always thought, well, if you idolize Steven Seagal and you're making up all these lies, and then I'm looking at Steven Seagal's life, and he's been known to be a compulsive liar, and I'm like, that's just really strange. So you had mentioned Steven Seagal was a cop, and he had this show, and I mean, that was like after the movies. It was like late 2000s.
Yeah.
He had this show where he went down to Arizona, and he was like a deputy sheriff, like one of them honorary sheriffs. Like, here's a celebrity, here's somebody, who's an action movie star, and they're gonna fucking, do their own reality show where they go and arrest people. And it got some ratings, and it got, some viewers for a little while. And here's the story. So on the show, there was a dude that was being investigated because he was cockfighting.
Right.
So he had, chickens, and he was, setting up these cockfighting events. And so Steven Seagal's talking about it on the show, and he's like, we got to get a warrant, Joe, because it's like the sheriff in Arizona, the famous one, fucking Joe Aparicio, or fucking, I don't know. I probably butchered his last name. But he's like, we got to get a warrant, Joe. We got to go stop the cockfighting. And he's like, yeah, no, go for it. Here, have the tank. So they get a warrant for the fucking house that's cockfighting. And he shows up with a SWAT team, 4 o'clock in the morning, riding a tank. Now, the reason he was doing this is because, it's animal abuse and it's animal rights, and obviously, cockfighting's illegal, and the money and the betting and, whatever. So he had the warrant. He shows up at 4 o'clock in the morning with a SWAT team. He's riding in on a tank. He drives the fucking tank through the house, destroys the house, kills 115 chickens and a dog.
Wow.
And that actually happened. So you went in trying to do one thing, you fucking actually killed all of the chickens. So I don't know what you did there. Then, dude, the stories are just never ending with this dude. He's so fucking interesting.
Well, you got to put the chickens out of their misery. They're being tortured. They're being pitted against each other to fight to the death. So really, what he should have done was just blown the entire house up with the tank. That's what I think probably should have happened. And
Dude, he rode in with the fucking
serious. I'm being completely serious.
Well,
No, I'm not. That's
But he
not
blew
being
in. He blew in with a fucking tank at 4 o'clock in the morning over a fucking cockfighting ring. Like ridiculous. Okay, so his ex-wife is like, "Yo, the dude's lying all the time." He says that he helped train CIA operatives and did special favors for them. He also claims to be of Italian descent, even though he's actually.
What kind of favors, though?
Goo. And then Italian descent, and apparently he's actually half Jewish, half Irish. He says that he fought the Yakuza with assistance from the American mob.
Wow.
And then he also has said that he's called in from time to time to authenticate antique swords by auction houses because he is one of the world's foremost experts on swords.
Wow.
And let me put some frosting on it. Let me top it all off with the story of when he sparred somebody in Aikido in 2002. The guy choked him out, and he shit himself.
What?
Wait, does he tell that side of the story? Is that his side of the story?
Oh, no, he claims it never happened.
No,
The
of
guy
course.
sparred him in 2002. It was some kind of Aikido match. Like, oh, you think you're fucking big? I do Aikido. Oh, you do Aikido? Oh, I'm also very big at Aikido. They fucking spar. This no-name dude chokes him out, and he shits himself. His
When was
fucking
this?
kimono
What
brown.
year was this?
This was in 2002. The guy he fought was Gene LaBelle, and he claims he choked out Steven Seagal during an Aikido exhibition, causing Seagal to poop in his pants.
Wow. That's insane.
Oh man, dude. So the dude's fucking nuts. And so he's on Twitter and he's trending because, you know, he has something to say about kneeling for the fucking anthem. Now you're Russian, you're not even American anymore. He fucking tries to do these weird accents. Okay, I guess what I'm saying here, the bottom line is that he's a very interesting guy, but he's a fucking crazy person.
Fraud.
Dude,
He's
he's
a
crazy as
fraud.
fuck.
I don't know. Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I didn't hear about any of that stuff. I did hear something about the tank thing, but I didn't know it had anything to do with just like a cockfighting ring.
Yeah, it was that time he killed all those chickens.
He's always been way too overboard and way too into himself. Anybody like that is almost guaranteed to be just, you know, it's all hyperbole. Everything they say is just over the top, trying to make it sound the best as it can possibly be. Which I don't know why, because he was, you know, he's a star. He's always been a star, so I don't know why he'd do all this crazy shit.
Dude, the guy who had the house that had a tank go into it and fucking they killed the family dog. He didn't even have a background. He didn't have like crimes or anything. He wasn't even like a big dude. It wasn't. I don't know why the tank and the SWAT team were there for the views, I guess. But after the show, Steven Seagal says, "Animal cruelty is one of my pet peeves."
Oh my god. He really did a one-liner in a real-life situation.
After he fucking drove a tank into somebody's house.
And killed like 73 animals. Dude, you kill my dog, I kill Steven Seagal. I don't fucking give a shit.
The chance of you killing Steven Seagal is higher than you might have thought it was in the 90s. Now that all this shit's come out, it's probably pretty likely that some normal people could fuck Steven Seagal up. But dude,
Steven Seagal today, and everybody listening, you're gonna be like, I'll fucking choke him out and make him shit his pants. All right, okay. He's fucking 97 years old.
Steven Seagal, you want smoke? Hit us up, Rowdy and The Piff. We're here. We're ready to fucking make you shit.
Hey, you want to catch these hands? I'm sick of hearing about what you did to that dog. All right, that really pisses me off.
Hold on, cause it's about to go real dark. It's gonna be 0 dark 30 up in here.
Oh,
cause I didn't even get to the real shit with Steven Seagal. God. Dude,
Jesus
I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna wrap this fucking Steven Seagal garbage up. But before I do, I do want to mention. I do have to mention. Okay, that. He had this thing. Well, he was living in America. So why did he move to Russia? Do you ever wonder that? I don't know. Probably not. But maybe you wonder
Russian
it now.
bear dogs. I think that's the only place you can get Russian bear dogs, and they're pretty dope.
You think that's what he's going for?
Maybe.
Think that's what he's going for?
Maybe.
Yeah. This is what he's going for. Let me break it down. In 2002, he hired an executive assistant. And the executive assistant was a female, and she was young. And she came in, and she noticed that Steven Seagal had 2 other young females working as his assistant, but by assistant, he actually meant sex slave. And so it went to court. And it was all wrapped up privately, okay? And he was charged with like sex trafficking, false employment, description, all kinds of charges. But he wrapped it up privately. So basically, he paid them off, and he just was hiring young females to basically at any hour of the day when he felt like getting his knob licked up, he would do it. He would bring somebody in, and they would be all these young females. Well, they were Russian. They were Russian females. And so now it makes sense. It makes sense to me as to why he would go to Russia, because he was into that thing. He was into getting these young female Russians. He's like, Putin, I need 15 of your youngest, prettiest girls and bring them in. And then around that same time, no joke, he develops an energy drink called Lightning Bolt so that, he could keep up with all these young girls.
Jesus Christ.
So that's a dark half of it. But yeah, no more Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, catch these hands. You're gonna catch my fade. I'm gonna run my fade on you. Rowdy and Piff, come get it.
That's right. That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Where did he get the Russian girls?
He just put out hey, I got this job where you suck my dick.
He probably hired somebody. He probably hired some hacker to buy some sex trafficked Russian girls from the dark web or something like that.
Yeah, she was hired. She showed up to work for her first day. She learned that Mr. Seagal had been keeping 2 young female Russian attendants on staff who were available for his sexual needs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He was sued for sexual harassment, illegal trafficking of females for sex, failure to prevent sexual harassment, retaliation, wrongful termination, and false representation about employment. The matter was resolved privately by Steven's lawyer, and the case was dismissed. And then he goes to Russia, So
yeah, it was resolved quietly by saying, hey, if you don't want to go to jail, go to Russia.
Yeah, no, but, well, and they're like, we'll take you here, Steven. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking crazy, dude. But the dude's crazy. So if you didn't know who Steven Seagal was, you still can enjoy his movies if you choose to. But the dude was a fucking maniac, and he still is, it sounds like, because he was on Good Morning Britain talking about, this is what I think the U.S. should do, even though you're a Russian citizen now, so we don't give a fuck what you think. You can go fuck yourself.
Right. That's true. That's true.
It's all true. It's all facts. It's all true. It's all verified by a.k.a. the GOAT Piff.
A.k.a. the GOAT.
So you know what it is. You know what it is. Yeah, so that was, I did a little bit of, I didn't even have to deep dive. I already knew most of this shit about Steven Seagal. I just wanted you guys to know.
And I didn't know any of that. That's all news to me. I knew he was a freaking weirdo, but I didn't know.
Me want the Poonani. Oh, she doesn't dress just to be pretty.
Dude, but that song fucking slaps, though.
What?
Dude, do you like chips?
Like the snack or the show?
Like a fucking potato chip.
Yeah, I love chips. What are you gonna ruin now? You guess what? Because you ruined Steven Seagal for all these people that grew up watching him and idolizing him, and now all these kids are gonna be like, oh, let me go back and watch these movies. Psych, he's a fucking freak, and now you're gonna destroy chips for me? Wow.
Well, what's your favorite chip? Just answer the question.
Okay, let me take a think.
Potato chip. You like the dick flavored ones that Lay's came out with?
Actually, to be honest with you, my favorite chip is Lay's sour cream and onion. So,
wow, I didn't expect that. You guys want to know
what did you think? I was a Lay's original type lame?
Dude, I don't know. I like them Flamin' Hot Ruffles and also the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Okay,
yeah, but here's the thing: is a Cheeto a chip? Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Well, it's made. Where does
it say on the bag? Where is it a chip? What is a Cheeto? This is a different thing. This is something I really need to get to the bottom of. Sorry if you heard some weird shit, but I was tapping my index finger on the desk because I need to get to the bottom of this shit. What the fuck
sounds
is
like
a
you were
Cheeto?
jacking your ass off again.
Yeah,
Look, it's
what do you mean
a potato
again?
chip, and there's a corn chip. and you can fucking, to me, they're all the same.
And then there's a
because
Cheeto,
unity.
and it's a completely different thing. But anyways, that's besides the point. We'll do a whole separate podcast on Cheetos, okay? Let me fucking tell you that
How
right
much
now.
do you love chips? How much do you want them?
I mean, they're okay. When I have a burger and I'm just gonna grab some sour cream and onion Lays, I'll put them on the plate. But I'm not one of those people who sits down on the couch with a Mountain Dew and a whole bag of Lays and fucking eat the whole thing.
Well, what if I told you we were gonna go and we were gonna rob a chip truck and we were gonna do it with a machete and we were gonna make off with $17 worth of potato chips with a machete, and then the cops would chase us down and we would hand the chips off to our girl and she would take off with the chips? What if I told you?
Well, I would think that we are the Mexican cartel that robbed the wrong truck.
Do we really want these fucking chips? This is what we got to do. Well, a Florida man,
of course,
wielded a
just to pause there, because of course it's a Florida man. There's a meme. If you guys don't know about memes, if you're too old for memes, or if you don't know memes, but if any weird shit happens, it's literally a Florida man. That's just how it works. Yeah. Okay, but continue.
Florida should be cut. It should be cut off the fucking United States. You can highlight that and put it in and do whatever you want with it. Look, a Florida man wielded a machete. He sent law enforcement on a wild goose chase. You see what I did there? After he allegedly stole $17 worth of potato chips. His name was Dustin Odom, and he was 26, and he was arrested recently for Grand Theft Auto, burglary, and other charges, but he wanted to amplify his criminal resume, and so he decided to take the machete and fucking, hey, I want all these chips. Give me these potato chips. And these weren't even fucking good potato chips. I'm looking at the picture. They're original fucking Lay's type shit. So the dude, so that's what's going on in Florida. But you want to know what's happening in the crowdfunding world? You want to know who's crowdfunding what?
Yeah.
Tell me. How bad do you want it?
I know somebody who their daughter just broke their iPhone and they were thinking about crowdfunding to get a new one, and they were seeing if it was a good idea on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and they were like, no, don't do.
Yeah, crowdfunding. And then last year, somebody I knew was crowdfunding because they said that there was something wrong with their kid, and then it turns out they used the money to take a vacation to Hawaii.
Don't buy into this crowdfunding stuff, people. It's a scam, because you want to know the best part about it is it doesn't even matter if they don't meet the quota. They're not liable for shit. They just take the money and run.
Yeah, it's true. You can crowdfund and come up with whatever story you want, then take the money and actually go to fucking the Philippines. Who knows? But this week, rapper B.O.B, famously known for songs like, Paper Airplanes with whoever he did that song with. And
Isn't it just airplanes?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Can you believe that airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars?
Why did I say Paper Airplanes?
I don't know. That's probably a different song.
It's probably another song.
Everybody's ripping everyone off. But hold on. Philippines? I knew somebody once from the Philippines. Let me tell you a quick story before we get into this crowdfunding thing. I knew somebody from the Philippines, and guess what? This guy, you know how, when you're in high school and you're experimenting, you may do a line of coke? Don't do it, kids. It's bad. This kid would snort gunpowder.
Oh.
Actual gunpowder. This is real. This is a real story.
Fuck.
And not only that, but he told me stories from the Philippines of how where he lived they didn't have refrigerators, and his mom did some black magic she took some sticks, all right? She took some twigs, and she piled the twigs into some type of teepee looking thing and put the milk inside of it and froze it with fucking black magic.
What?
And I have to believe this kid, because guess what? He sniffs gunpowder. So you believe people like that. He also told me that when he was like 13, he stabbed a crackhead with a knife in Vegas that he thought was trying to mug him, and he uses that knife to eat.
What?
So yeah, it's a crazy place, the Philippines. So if you're gonna do your crowdfunding, go to the Philippines. But guess what? There's some shit going on there.
Oh man.
Okay.
Well, what the fuck does gunpowder do? If you snort gunpowder, what does that do?
I don't know. I didn't try it. I was literally there. I've seen him do it, but I didn't try it. But he was just
Do I
kind
have to
of.
try this? Do I have to try it tonight?
But he was just kind of up all night. Like I was passed out. He was up all night, just sitting there looking at a red blinking light in the pitch dark. So it's probably lit.
Jesus.
It was like a light on his alarm clock, and he was just sitting there in the dark, pitch black, like sitting up, like Indian style, just staring at it the entire night. So
Gunpowder.
kind of had me on edge, considering he's murdered somebody when he was like 12. So,
Jesus.
anyways, I'm sure the Philippines are fine.
But back to the crowdfunding stuff. So rapper B.O.B, known for songs like Airplanes and the Night Skies and the Shooting Stars, he's been pretty outspoken on Twitter in his belief that the Earth is flat. So much so that he even got into a Twitter rap battle with astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson about it last year. But now he's taking things to another level. He's setting up a GoFundMe page asking people to donate money towards launching one, if not multiple, satellites so that he can see Earth's shape for himself. You fucking retard.
Right.
You fucking idiot.
Exactly. And wait, isn't the goal like $200,000?
Yeah. No, the goal is 1 million.
Oh, 1 million. Still not close.
It's raised $2,000, and the fact that it's raised $2,000 pisses me off. You need a satellite of your own. You don't. Dude, I don't even want to get. How the fuck are you famous? Like the Earth is flat, and you're setting up a crowdfunding campaign for $1 million? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, these flat earthers are getting shit on, and that's probably why I think Kyrie Irving came out and said that he was just trolling people when he said it last year. But yeah, this guy, he's the one that was having like the beef with Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's not just an astrophysicist, he's your personal astrophysicist. All right, everybody, he's the one. But yeah, I mean, first of all, that's not enough money. It's not. I mean, the budget. Like the budget that NASA gets is billions, like tens of billions of dollars. You're not gonna send a satellite up there for $1 million. That's not gonna happen. First of all, and second of all, guess what? Here's the deal. It's not like he's gonna be on that satellite. So even if it goes up there, he'll be like, oh well, NASA fudged the images. That's what they do. That's what they do. This is what happens. All right, let me tell you. So you can sit there with a flat earth person, and you can say, what do you need to see? What do I need to show you to make you like believe that the earth is not flat? And they're like, well, I'd like to see a picture from space where it's a curvature. And be like, okay, well, here's a picture from, the Japanese put out. Here's a picture, from the International Space Station. Here's this. Right. And they're just like, oh, well, yeah, but that's from NASA. So it's fake. It's like, oh, okay, so you won't be satisfied with what you said you'd be satisfied with, so this conversation is over. That's how it goes. I mean, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter what you show them or the information you give them, because for them NASA's a scapegoat. Any information you give them, they'll tell you that, oh, that's fake, or oh, that's a lie.
Yeah, no, fuck it. What are you doing? Are you gonna have Will.I.Am from the Black Eyed Peas up in the stew, and you guys are gonna launch a fucking satellite from the studio? Get the fuck out of here. What is it, featuring Ludacris? Does the fucking satellite play Airplanes when you launch it up there? It's just the fucking stupidest thing I've heard all week. This is almost as stupid as the Steven Seagal shit. This is fucking dumb. You're crowdfunding a satellite to see if the Earth is flat. Dude, the fucking Earth isn't flat. And you could spend the money on something else. But, the rappers are going to do their thing. They're going to spend fucking millions of dollars on shit that doesn't matter. So fuck you, B.O.B. Also, you and Steven Seagal can both hop on a plane and come and find me, Rowdy and The Piff pod, at us, and you'll catch all these fades.
All these hands, all these fades. That's another thing. I don't want to bring up other podcasts really, but Eddie Bravo, he's a known conspiracy theorist, but he was talking to Joe Rogan on their podcast, and it's so ludicrous to hear the type of things they say, that it doesn't matter the information you give them, and they don't even understand anything. He's like, well, they show them a picture of the Earth, and it's like, oh yeah, but that's a composite. But they don't know what a composite is. They think that it's like completely photoshopped and fake. It's like, no, what happens is they go up, and the Earth is so big that they have to take multiple pictures and put them together. That's a composite. That's what a composite is. It doesn't mean that it's photoshopped. It doesn't mean that the entire image is fake. It means that the only way they can get an image from the distance that they're at is by piecing different images together, and that's a composite. And he couldn't understand that because people who think the Earth is flat don't understand shit. They're literally stupid as fuck.
You want to say we didn't land on the moon? Fine. But the Earth is flat? Dude, no. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, and here's the thing. What does it benefit? What could it absolutely do? And, people like that are like, oh, control. Okay, what do you mean? They don't ever have an answer. They just say a thing like, oh, to control the population. Make everyone think that the Earth is round. But why? Why? What does it fucking matter? Like, I've got a friend who works in Antarctica, I was like, oh, let me just humor this shit. Hey, friend, you work in Antarctica. Is it the wall? Like, if you go over it, is it the end of the world? No, it's fucking Antarctica. You just go there, and it's fine. It's not a giant wall that surrounds the entire flat Earth. Like, that's not how it works. Like, no.
Yeah, if you really believe that the Earth is flat, then crowdfund a fucking journey to the edge of it. You asshole.
What you should do,
if you're on it, you can find the edge, right?
What you really need to do
and jump off
is crowdfund for enough money to go ahead and go on back and get yourself a goddamn education because you're stupid as shit.
Oh, dude, that GED education program, it's getting more and more affordable. So yeah, go fucking do that, and dude, crowdfund a fucking journey to the edge of it and jump off, and I don't ever want to see you again. Make your fucking songs in another planet. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever, dude. Fuck him and fuck rappers, right? Let me tell you, I'm
Pretty
on
much.
the Xannies and I'm on the leans. And
it's all about that
everybody's
banjo.
Crazy.
It's
Yeah,
fuck rap. It's all about banjo. And one of these days, folks, listen, I went to, okay, if you guys are like, oh, I don't go to music festivals, like, I'm a goo. I went to a place in Kansas, all right, and I'm not a fucking country boy. I'm not, I feel like I'm a kind of half bred between a city boy and just a dude who likes to chill. But I went to this music festival. It was a freaking bluegrass music festival, and when I got there, everyone was like, "Oh, Happy Winfield," and I was like, "Oh, cool, this is a cult." The next day, I was completely sold on the shit. I bought a goddamn banjo. All right, and I've been practicing. So you know what? Here, maybe in a couple episodes, I'll pull the banjo out and we'll see what's really popping off. But not yet. We'll keep you guys on your toes with that shit. But guess what? I'm fucking learning the banjo.
Dude, anything
Fuck
can
rap.
happen in Kansas.
All about banjo. Yeah, it's all. If you ever have the chance, if you want a new experience in life, go to Winfield, the Winfield Bluegrass Picking Festival, whatever it's called. I don't even know. It was just so tight, bro. You'll buy a banjo. You'll buy a fucking banjo.
You'll buy a banjo and you'll join a cult. Why not?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good weekend. Fuck, dude. Kansas. I'm not at home anymore. I'm in Kansas, and now you're at the Winfield Festival, and you've got a banjo. So there you have it.
You have no idea how many times and how often I wanted to try and make that joke. But it doesn't make any sense because I am in Kansas anymore. So it's
We're not
like,
in Kansas
how do I fit this in? I don't know.
Shout out to all the people from Kansas, and maybe you're listening. Shout out to you.
And it's an experience, too, because you can go there one year and everything's fine, and then you can go there the next year and there's tornadoes or floods. Like, it's fucking Kansas. Everyone knows how. You've seen The Wizard of Oz, all right? It's fucking real, like, out there. It's no joke. So.
And before you crowdfund anything, Kansas City is actually in Missouri, not Kansas. So don't go crowdfunding to find out where a fucking city is, because I know that's what you're about to do, you rappers.
Right.
Dude, do you ever see that movie Shrek? Do you like Shrek?
Shrek 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8.
Any of them. Do you like Shrek?
I mean, it was, when the first 1 or 2 came out, it was all right.
Well, this dude in South Africa liked Shrek so much that he decided to fuck a donkey, and he did it because a witch doctor told him it would make him stronger, and now he's in jail.
All right, folks. You heard it here first.
This guy is 23. He ushered 2 donkeys away from their herd in a secluded area in the eastern Cape of South Africa. He had sex with one before the grandson of the donkey's owner chased him away thinking he was stealing the animals. He wasn't stealing them. He was laying that pipe. And today he pleaded guilty on charges of bestiality. But he claims he was encouraged to commit the act by a witch doctor because the witch doctor told him, dude, if you nail this donkey right here, you'll be stronger. And he did it. And maybe he did it because he thought he was going to be stronger, or maybe he was just a big fan of Shrek. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe. I mean, it's not that far-fetched because the donkey from Shrek fucked a dragon. So if a donkey fucks a dragon, then why can't a fucking person fuck a donkey? You know, it's like, you never really know.
Well, it costs 30,000 fucking... I don't know what they use in South Africa, but 30,000 euros maybe worth of damage. And the donkey's never gonna recover.
Jesus Christ. How many dark turns can we possibly take?
Well, hey, you some of these things these are things happening in the world around you. Remember when in the beginning of the show
you guys gotta know what's happening.
Yeah, I was like, yo, I'm riding the waves. I'm learning how to live in, 2017.
Here's the deal. This is the thing. If you're going to listen to this podcast, all right, if you're going to listen to the podcast, what you should do, listen to it. Because guess what? Not only will you learn a thing or two, but we're not going to sugarcoat the bitch. No. We're going to tell you what's really popping off in the world. And just so you can really be prepared for what the world has to offer. It's not some fairy tale land. Like, there's weird, crazy shit going on everywhere every day. Okay?
Why did I feel like it was necessary to inform you of that? Well, if you own a donkey, then maybe you should keep a better eye on them. You never know when somebody's going to try and come through and fucking build a relationship with one. So this is just what's happening in 2017, bro. Just last week, these Christian experts said that they had all the statistics and information built up that the world was going to end. They could prove it. The world was going to end on September 23rd. And I think when I read that article and it was September 25th, and I'm like, oh shit, fuck, I'm late. Like,
I'm dead.
Oh wait,
I've been dead for 2 days. God
It didn't happen. Fuck you. Like, there's just so much shit in the world. It's just the churches. I'll never walk in one again. Donkeys. I'll stay 10 feet away. I don't want anything to do with that. And then fucking, Steven Seagal, my childhood hero. He's fucking, he's a Russian now, and Russia is doing all kinds of crazy shit, and North Korea is ready to blow us up. Dude, 2017, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, shit's popping off. North Korea's like, hey, guess what, Trump? Them's fighting words, and Trump's like, hey, NFL, I give a shit about what you're doing. It's like, priorities, fam. And if Steven Seagal was your childhood hero, pick a different one. I had Jackie Chan. I had Jean-Claude Van Damme, who's the GOAT. I had fucking Bruce Lee.
Until I destroy them all on the next podcast, maybe. But no, we can't save Puerto Rico because it's an island and there's an ocean, and the ocean's really big. So
big ocean, big water, much water. Sad.
But fuck all that shit because that's the type of shit in 2017, and just like learn to deal. You wake up and you hear something crazier than you heard the day before, and you just roll with it. We just roll with it. Pass your drug test, show up to work, and roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Then roll a J after you pass the test.
That's right. That's all you got to do. All right, everybody. You know what? You got to keep your head on a swivel. I said it before. I'll say it again, and it'll be an ongoing theme because this world is so absurd most of the time. But we gave you some crazy insight today about the world we live in. We got Steven Seagal doing crazy shit. We got donkey lovers doing crazy shit. Maybe he liked Shrek too much. You really shouldn't trust witch doctors. I think that's kind of arcane to do. Don't do it. What else did we talk about? What else did we talk? We talked about chips. Don't rob a chip truck. And it's probably not that serious, fam. Just chill.
And choose a new childhood hero.
Choose a new childhood hero.
Your childhood hero that you thought was your hero is actually running tanks into people's houses and killing everything.
True. Oh, you know what? Just be your own hero. Because guess what? All these people that you think you hold on this pedestal are probably trash if you really think about it. But yeah, we talked about a lot of crazy stuff today. The world didn't end, you know. I think they were talking about Planet X or something coming in that's only comes around every 10,000 years or some shit. Nah, man, you're fine. Guess what? You're going to be okay. If it's orbiting the sun, it's not going to crash into the Earth probably. Because it would have already done that 10,000 years ago. Because that's just kind of how gravity works and how the rotation of the planets around the sun work. So don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. But keep your head on a swivel nonetheless. We talked about a lot of stuff today. We're going to wrap this up because it's getting crazy. But always remember that if you're listening to this on iTunes, rate, review. If you're watching/listening to this on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. That would be great. And if you have any questions or any topics you want us to discuss, or you just want to hit us up and be like, what's up, the podcast is dope, obviously the podcast is fucking dope as shit, you can always do that. You can hit us up at our email, rowdypiffpod@gmail.com. You can hit us up on our Twitter at rowdypiffpod, and of course check us out on our website, rowdyandthepiff.com, where not only can you see the podcast and all of our social medias, but you can check out some of the GOAT's fucking tunes, because they're actually quite dope. So it's probably really dope that you do that. You should probably do that.
Download, and it's free. And
it's obviously free.
Wait, I don't know if it's free on there. You probably have to pay me something, but
wow,
you should fucking pay me, because I spent time on doing something, and pay me to fucking hear it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
not everything is for free. You know, it's gonna get to a certain point where I don't even need to be making millions off this.
I'm trying to crowdfund all kinds of things, so you need to pay me money so I can crowdfund them.
Yeah, but all this shit's free, so we're not out here like asking for crowdfunds and shit. Just check our shit out for free, and of course, share it. Yeah, and of course, in a couple days, tomorrow, the next day, before Thursday, Piff on the Blitz will come out with the GOAT. He breaks down last week, talks about this week, the matchups you need to see, what picks you need to look at, just all the pertinent information you need to know if you really care about the NFL, if you do fantasy, 1 week fantasy, if you just want to know what to look at when you're watching the games. Just check it out. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's on there. There's episode 4, I think we finished up. So, and I say we, but I mean just me.
Just you.
Episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 are still on YouTube. They're available on iTunes and rowdyandpiff.com. You can get all of the shows. You can see all of the shows. You can listen to all of it, and it's all there, and it's free. It's a free 99.
It's all free. Free 99. All right. Well, thanks again for listening, if you did, and catch you on the Go City Goo.
What's up, everybody?
We got something special for you this week.
Trash all that. Rowdy and the Piff. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Developing some type of weather weapon.
Almost like sexual asphyxia, like...
Rowdy and the Piff.